Welcome to All Gambling Sites' introduction video for Blackjack. In this short video, we'll take a look at how to play Blackjack and talk about some great tips for new players. With that said, let's get right into it. First, we will talk about knowing your bet sizing. It might sound trivial, but it's one of the most important parts in gambling, to make sure we win more than we lose. Second, we will talk about knowing when to hit and when to stand. We'll show you some good spots to hit and where you should stand. Third, we will have a look at calculating odds, so you will get a better understanding of when you need to stand and when you need to hit. Whenever you're going to try something new in gambling, you should always start small, as you will be making mistakes and you don't want to lose too much, which you are not comfortable with. Personally, I would suggest never betting higher than 1 out of 1,000 of your entire bankroll. So if you have $100, don't bet higher than 10 cents a hand. If you want to keep the action going, you can increase the amount to 1/100th of your bankroll, $1 a bet. Doing this will feel much more rewarding, but at the same time, if you make a lot of mistakes or having some bad luck, you will end up spending your entire bankroll a lot faster. This is nothing I would recommend for new players. So, how do we play Blackjack? In Blackjack, the goal is to get as close to 21 or a higher number than the dealer. If you go above 21, you instantly lose. Once you have decided to stay on a number, it's the dealer's turn to try to beat your hand. If the dealer gets closer to 21 without surpassing 21, then you have lost that round. If the dealer surpasses 21, you will win that round. Quite simple, right? In Blackjack, the highest card is Ace. Aces are worth either 1 or 11. Kings, queens, jacks, tens are worth 10. So any hand that contains an ace and either a king, queen, jack, or 10 is 21, also known as Blackjack, the best hand in the game. Now, knowing how to play, let's take a look at some tricky hands. In this demonstration, we will be using a spreadsheet to help you follow along better. The spreadsheet will tell you if it's worth it to hit, stand, split, or double. On hit, you draw an extra card, and on stand, you are done, and it's up to the dealer to try to beat your hand. If your hand contains a pair, let's say 2 aces, you can split that hand and play the aces separately. Personally, I would suggest not to split your hand unless it's a double aces, but we will go more in depth about this later. The last thing you can do is double. Double is when you pay another bet on your existing hand and draw a card. You will only get one more card that round if you decide to double. So, it's really important that you only use double in a spot where it's a low chance you will lose the hand. Double used incorrectly can be a massive amount of lost money, as you will end up paying double the amount for an already losing hand. Double should only be used in really good spots. Now, let's go over some hands. First off, we have 5 and Jack of Diamonds, and the dealer has 8. This may look like a good spot. Our 15 beats the dealer's 8 so far, but actually this is a really bad spot. The reason for this is that the dealer is starting with 8, and there are a lot of cards he can get that will beat your 15. In this position, I would hit, even though the chance that I will improve is roughly 40%. Next card is a Jack of Hearts, which means we went bust. Next hand, you draw 19, and dealer draws 6. This is a pretty simple hand, as any hand above 17 you should always stand, and also low hands usually always go bust. Next hand is an 8 versus 10. This is one of the easiest hands to play in Blackjack. We're just going to hit until we have a hand that is above 17. In the last part of the video here, we will go through an easy way to calculate odds on your hand. It will make it easier for you to make good decisions when to hit or stand. Let's have a look at the 2 aces and why a split is correct. The reason to split aces is that aces alone are worth either 1 or 11. When you have 11, all you need is a king, queen, jack, or a 10 to get blackjack. So the chance of you getting blackjack from 11 is roughly 32%. Let me explain why. Every deck of cards has 52 cards, and the chance of drawing one specific card, let's say the King of Hearts, is 2%. If there are no kings in play, there is an 8% chance you will draw a king. If you have 11, any of the following cards – kings, queens, jacks, and tens – is blackjack. You can then add up 4 kings, 4 queens, 3 jacks – the dealer drew a jack this time – and 4 tens. In the deck, there is a total of 15 cards that will give you blackjack. Each card has a 2% chance of being drawn. There exists a total of 15 cards. We take this times 2, which equals 30. The chance of getting blackjack is 30%. Pretty simple, right? Hopefully this guide helps you understand more about blackjack. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe.